Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Genshin Impact. And we're still here in front of this beautiful, I called it like almost like the stomach of the forest. To me it reminds you of like, I don't know why I'm thinking stomach. And like I guess the way they're talking about it, it could just be like almost a heart, I guess is probably the best way to look at it. A really beautiful place. This game is gorgeous as always. I didn't get a chance to play the game yesterday, as I usually would, so I didn't actually get a chance to level up Scaramouche, but we actually might just go and buy those really quickly, so we can have them. Now, I'm not going to collect any of the rest of the mushrooms today. The reason why is because I like to have it kind of like all succinctly done. When I'm collecting flowers, I do all the flowers in one go so I can know the exact time when I do it. The only thing is that like yesterday is prime time. Wednesday is prime time for like leveling up stuff and collecting stuff. Because most of my characters that I use all the time, at least 5 of my characters use all the time for their weapon upgrades and their talent upgrades. Mostly the weapon upgrades have items that you need to go into domains on Wednesday. So, you know, we lost out on a Wednesday. Feels bad, but we're going to have to keep going. It happens sometimes. Yeah, he's going to have 5 more mushrooms that we can buy. So we should always get these 5 mushrooms whenever we can. And I think that means we're like, what, like maybe a couple away from like actually being able to like ascend Scaramouche once again. But it's the artifacts that are going to be the most important, obviously, when it comes to it. Because the artifacts right now are not very good. But in terms of, like, and of course leveling up his talents, too. You know, we can level up some talents, like, say, like, this here. And I just have, like, a bit of it done. But a few of these items I might want to keep. We'll see. Yeah. I think it's a good idea. In terms of, like, actually ascending, though, we need 8 more of these, which we can get no problem. We can get no problem. We're just gonna have to wait like a day or two, maybe tomorrow evening before we collect those, which is grand. As soon as we start worrying about like, oh god, I have to collect this, I have to collect that, I'm not gonna have enough time for that, that's when like it becomes less fun for me, you know? Like I've always said, I love just like doing things naturally and doing things as they come. So today, we have a few things I would want to do in terms of like locations and things, I guess, like for activating some of these. But the only thing I'm kind of avoiding right now is going up to this area first. Because I think I want to go to this area instead. Because I feel like this is where you get introduced to the story of like where the desert is starting. And while like we have done things out of order before, like, it's very clear they want us to go here. And look at this place, the Caravan Ribat. Yeah. So, what we'll start off is by activating this over here. Well, this first, actually. I like to have, like, a lot of them activated. I know people are going to point to the fact that I still have the one in Mondstadt activated. But I think at this stage, I'm kind of like, you know. Okay with it, you know what I mean? Because it's kind of like a funny inside joke we have now. Because at first people were like, get the monster one, get the monster one. And then they were like, oh, he's just not getting it. And like, I don't know, I like to have those like little inside jokes with you guys. It's like the same thing with the Baiju thing. I'm glad people did notice it. And that's why I really do feel like I have like a really fantastic audience. Because it could have gotten like I've seen it happen with franchises before. Now, here's the thing. I don't know why it happens with me. It doesn't happen with me a lot. I don't know why it doesn't happen with me a lot, because I've seen it happen with other playthroughs and other channels where characters will get, like, made fun of, or, like, they'll get a little jab thrown at them, and the audience, like, gets very, very angry at their, the YouTuber. For me, like, I found out, like, with the Baiju thing, I think I was, like, I was like, oh, I didn't like his design, and then everyone was, like, you know, kind of joking about it, and we were joking about it for a while, and now it's become, like, an inside joke on the channel. It kind of happened with Danganronpa too, with Byaku Kuya, where people were like, you don't like this character? He's like the best character ever. And then like 80% of people were like, I don't like him. 20% of people were like, do like him. But the 20%, like, I think I have, like, surprisingly enough, even after the amount of times I've like made fun of Byakuya, Bagaru, I should say, I have a fantastic relationship with the diehard stans of that character, even though I don't like him, you know? And I really like that. I cherish that so much. It's so nice that even though they love this character so much and they know I'm not a big fan of him whatsoever, they're still kind of like, yeah, this is funny. I appreciate it. I really do.
See about that.
No, she's not poor off here, you know? She's actually, like, pretty okay. Like, even in her low level, she's not terrible. And again, her level isn't, like, terribly low. Look at that. If I'm not using this right, please let me know, right? When it comes to characters I have 100%, please tell me, like, hey, Calvin. Because that's how I got better at a lot of characters.
Worthless.
I have emotional motion sickness. Somebody roll the wind. I've had songs on my mind so much. Look at these guys up here. Oh, they're like guarding something. Look at this. What are you guarding? What are you guarding, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah! I still love, like, that's how my brain works, by the way. When I was reading the manga for the channel, which was, like, a really fun time, like, someone was like, oh, like, your impression of a hilly churl is fantastic. And, like, ever since I think someone was like, oh, it's a great impression, I haven't been able to replicate it. I think maybe I just there was something wrong with my throat that day. And, like, it just sounded really good. I have not been able to do that ever again, you know? Maybe someday.
Ready, steady.
That's the goal. That's the goal. I don't know why I did that. I'm just so used to it. If I have a burst, just go for it, you know? I'm gonna save the Farazan burst, you know? When we're fighting something a little more terrifying. I'm having such a beautiful time with this game, and I hope it comes across, guys, because, like, even now today, like, I get so excited. Again, every time we go to a new region, it goes from, like, oh, I'm so excited to play Genshin today to, oh my god, I'm so excited to play Genshin today. But Sumeru is just, like, this really gigantic place, but it doesn't feel daunting. Like, I haven't felt daunted by Sumeru yet.
Let's dance.
And I think what has helped as well
By royal
is that
decree.
we've had a taste of, like, a kind of more gigantic place that wasn't as big as Sumeru at all, right? We know this in Inazuma. But I think that Inazuma laid the groundwork for, like, how I should pace things and how I shouldn't pace things, you know? And you kind of learn from, like, what you do there, and, like, Inazuma is one of my favorite places I've ever been to, but it's like, okay, like, explore as you go. You don't have to just, like, go and get, holy hell, look at this. You don't just have, you know, don't just have to go and get every single waypoint right away. You can do that naturally as you go into different areas and then collect them, you know? And I feel like that's a much better option now. But you know what's so funny? Every time I go to Liyue, Mondstadt, or Inazuma, like, it's this weird feeling where, like, I'm so glad that we're in this really cool space of Sumeru. But there's also, like, this weird thing where it's like, it's only been, like, 8 months since I started playing, 7 months since I started playing this game, and now I'm, like, nostalgic for, like, areas I've been to, like, 4 weeks ago. It happens a lot. Look at that! Did you go back up there? Gee, oh no, we bounced him back up there. Really cool stuff. There's something so...
Why would anyone want...
Forget it.
It's not my concern.
There's something so special about just, like, breaking down a hilly trail camp, isn't there? Right. There's something so special. It's just like, because it's like the simplest form of things you can do. It's like one of the first things you do in terms of combat in Genshin, and one of the first things I did in terms of combat. Oh. See, that's not Xiao's fault. That's my fault for getting too close to the edge. Xiao naturally loves a plunging attack, so of course he's going to try and plunge. So I cannot blame Xiao for that. I can blame myself for that. Man, that desert's kind of scary. It looks amazing, but it's scary. How do we get to this? Is it underground? It must be underground. Cause I have emotion. I'm Phoebe Bridgers on the mind all day today. Sometimes I wish I could be Phoebe Bridgers just to say I look that good in a suit, you know? She pulls off the suit very well, right? She pulls it off extremely well. Yeah, we're going to be heading towards the main story again today. Just like the way we're doing, because I think the last episode we were doing a lot of the R&R quest, which I'm very happy to do. I'm very happy to do. What is this? But I want to do it piece by piece.
Forget it. It's not my concern.
This cave feels strange. Oh, it's a withering. It's a withering. Holy hell, I haven't seen it look like this. Like, not in terms of color and stuff like that, but in terms of, like where it's placed. Okay, let's get as much of this done as we can. We're in like the most devastating area of the withering ever, and Barbara's still cheerful. Honestly, needed. Oh, not good. Well, we're getting trampled here by this. Is there like a point that we can... Hold on, so we're getting like destroyed by this. Yeah, here, okay. We're gonna have to work on that a little. Maybe we can activate that over there. Oh, it's water. Wait, is it? We need to drain this somehow. We need to drain this somehow if we want to stop this withering. This is kind of scary. We need a Dendro character, but we also need to get rid of these guys then if we're going to get a Dendro character. Oh, you're gone. That's enough, right? And I have... I'm so sorry that song's on the mind right now. We can use Fashionistas because Yaoyo's here. And Nahida.
Don't be scared.
So that drains the water. There we go. That's what we were looking for. Let's switch parties around again because like while like we have fun with Yao Yao and I actually had thought of leveling her up at one point. Team standing by is actually like pretty fun right now. It's a whole new team, a whole new vibe I feel like as well. It's a whole new layer to Xiao, which is nice also. Doesn't seem to be any treasure here, no? How much time? Well, let's come back later. It seems to be an important place. Oh, so she's saying maybe we come back a little bit later. But we can at least get rid of the withering, right? We're right with that. Oh, how are we going to get these items now? Oh, with Nahida probably, yeah. Let's go back up here first, though. Man, I'm in love with Genshin. Like, and again, someone was talking to me on Twitter recently about how, like, do I believe that this game is going to be in my top 3 eventually? Because it's top 5. It's top 5. And I think a lot of, like, the reason why, like, I haven't, you know, I'm always like, oh, should I put in top 3 yet? Should it be top 3? Because, like, oh, there was one right there. I didn't even see it. My bad. It's not about, like, you know, any, how do I say, any, like, quality aspects of, like, you know, do I think it's better than this and that? It's more just, like, the games that are in the top 3 are, like, games that, like, have been there for, like, a long time. And it's one of those things where I think, like, this could be top 3. But it's more, like, am I afraid to, like, remove games that have been there for so long, you know? But I've never been, like that, though. So I think eventually this game will become top 3. But top 5 amongst all the games I've played is pretty nuts for any game to get there. There has been times when like newer games have gotten there in that list of like top games that I've loved. I know like a lot of people are gonna be like, okay, well like you know it's your choice. Yeah, for sure. We already got this one, didn't we? No. Okay, so that's 3. Oh God.
Truth repeats its course.
But it's more just a case of like say like Nier Replicant was a newer game that got into the top 3. But actually when I first played Nier Replicant, I was like, oh, this is top 10. And then what kept changing is I kept hearing the music on like Twitter and on YouTube when people were like promoting the actual music that was fantastic, one of the best soundtracks in the history of video games. And I was like, okay, no, this is definitely my top 3. And I wonder if when I'm removed from Genshin for a bit, when I catch up eventually, will then I be able to have that perspective of like, okay, this is it. You know, this is it. This is top 3. Because that's what happened when you're Replicant. It's like I finished it and I was like, okay, this is like top 10 of all time. And then over time I was like, okay, this is even better than I thought. This is even better than I thought. This is even better than I thought. And now it's like top 3. Shadow of the Colossus, which is my favorite game of all time, was more just like a matter of, you know, it just being like a game that I think is perfect in all forms. Okay, so we can come back here later, but we definitely got... Let's check out what's over here, though. It's a game that I think is perfect in all forms. Final Fantasy X is a game that like taught me that video games could have stories. But Genshin is just so special, man. I've never played a game like it. I've never played a game that like has this much story and none of it feels forced or packed into something that like shouldn't be. It feels like it's an actual like oh, we shouldn't be using it. It feels like the care put into this game is something that should be advertised more, if that makes sense. Like and I think it's one of those things whenever I see people like recently there was like the summer game fest, and they announced like a Honkai Star Rail expansion. I had to close my eyes for it. Right? You were good at hiding. Well done. Oh my god. Okay, you're probably gonna be let live. I can't kill you from there, buddy. But I can kill you. Or you can kill me. Either or. Yeah, so I'm like, and I remember like a few of the reactors that I saw were like, oh, this is the bathroom break. And it's like, okay, it's fine if you don't like those games. Like, no one's gonna force you to like those games, right? I think that would be silly. But I think a lot of that comes from the fact that like they stop at the gotcha, right? A lot of people stop at the gotcha. And it's one of those, it's like that meme where like the guy stops at like the doorway and like doesn't get to see the other aspects of the game that might be really cool. And for me, I'm glad I digged a little deeper. I'm glad I went further into the hole that is this game, the warp zone. Like, it makes me very happy that I did. And I'm just like, man, like if only people knew that like, and I've been preaching it, man. I've been preaching it. Whenever someone's like, "Oh, is that gacha game?" I'm like, that. It is a gacha game, but it's also the game that has made me cry. That has made me feel this. That has made me feel so good about video games. That Genshin like is one of the things that like I'm like literally like want to play all the time. It's crazy because like, well, obviously like when new games come out that I want to play, I'm going to be playing them, but like I have this like feeling whenever I'm playing Genshin where I'm like, even in the evening, I'm like, is there anything to do? Yesterday I was thinking of even looking up, which I didn't eventually because I didn't want to get spoiled for anything. I was thinking to look up anything to do in Genshin once I've done my dailies. That's not in the story, but then I was like, no, you can't really do that because you will probably like get a character or meet someone. Collect 8 dendro particles. You know what I mean? It's just so much fun. And the people that follow me, like, say, on Twitter or on social media or anything like that, I think they would probably be able to, like, I guess it was the word vouch for that, even though, like, it's you know, there's not much that needs vouching. Or, like, they probably see me posting, like, funny videos. Okay, you can do it. No, you can do it. Has to be up here, right? Where's the 8th one? Where's the 8th dendro particle? Huh? Oh, it's here. Yeah. Like I might have posting funny videos of me like doing farming or things like this.
What trinket? Ears of the storm.
I'm sorry that I've gone on such a tangent about why I love Genshin so much, but I feel like I don't talk about it enough, even though I probably do. But like my whole thing was like Genshin has now become the game where I get like the most intense emotions out of. It's become the game that like is also my comfort game at the same time. It's a game that is like has become a large portion of my life, which I can't say about many. Like it feels like when I used to play the Souls series back in the day, where like I would wake up and I'd like of course get breakfast and like the first thing I'd be thinking about was like either like, you know, like obviously if I didn't have like any other thing to think about that day, like, you know, like you know, it's like, oh, Genshin, what am I doing in Genshin today? What can I do in Genshin today? What character am I going to level up? Well, I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see that. And then, like, in the evening time, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to do some, like, leveling up. I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do that. I tweet about Genshin. I you know, after I do an episode, I screenshot stuff, and I'm like, hey, look at this. It is just such a special thing to me now. This is such a beautiful place, by the way. Like, it's actually, like, one of my favorite things, like, a place that, like, feels so forbidden to be in. What we might do then is we'll head over here to this area here, and actually we might get this along the way, just this small area here, and then I'm going to go towards the main area because again I want the reveal to whatever they want to be the reveal to be. And again, I know that Genshin wants you to see the game the way you want it. I know this game isn't like that where it's like, oh, like you know, you have to see it in a certain way, and if you don't, you're doing it wrong, because that's not what Genshin is. Oh no, yeah, we do. Oh, we need to collect these. Maybe we have to like put fire on it. I hope you guys forgive me for like going off on a rant and like why I love Genshin, why it's could be definitely one of my favorite games of all time, and why it's in the top 5 of my favorite games of all time.
Don't get too close.
Scorched Starshrims. That doesn't help us there. I'm going to switch back to the Farazan team just because I want to get better with that team, and I actually think it's quite fun right now. Especially since we're going to be using Farazan. What is this? Wait, is this another area full of water that's not drained yet? Oh my god, this is gorgeous. This is such a pretty location. It's underwater. I love the way that some stuffs are just, again, because it's nature, man. This happens over time. Like, you're not going to get... Oh, yeah, we should probably warp out of here so we don't drown. I don't want Xiao drowning. Okay, so we can go over here then. I think we'll come back to that later and try and activate that. Let's head to... I guess here? Because we can then walk on the trail over to this way. Right? And then activate this along the way, maybe? Yep, that makes sense. I have emotional... yeah, I shouldn't apologize for gushing about, like, one of my favorite games ever made. I'm also like a certified Genshin defender, by the way, right now. I defend Genshin all the time. I also think, just to put a pin in this, I also think the community's gotten a bad rap. I think that the community is way stronger and way nicer than they're given credit for. I genuinely think that a lot of you guys are like just a really passionate group of people. Yes, some people, of course, are going to be like very like, you know... Because again, like I think that's Genshin is that type of game where like you're gonna get more people like with different opinions to you than any other game really out there. Well, apart from like other like games that do have like maybe like Honkai and stuff like that. But the reason why there is such a vast difference in opinions when it comes to Genshin, and why there is sometimes like dissension when it comes to like me even conversing with people and having to like find out different opinions and give my take and opposite to other people's takes. That isn't always a bad thing. It's just because like, there's so many different ways you can play this game and everyone plays in a different way, and then some people might think that the way they play is the most right way, and some people might think that the way you play is bad and all this stuff, and it's just how video games work. But for me, the greatest part of the Genshin fandom is the fact that it's a group of people who are just in love with the idea of a story, and I think it's one of those things where like you find people who are similar to you, and I think that's what's happened with the comment section, because a lot of people feel the same way I do about stories and characters and music and landscapes and all certain things like this. I love areas like this, man. Look at this. And like I love the way the Sealies actually like are leading us like to main stuff nowadays. You bringing me up here? So, you were talking about how much you love Genshin and the Genshin community? Yeah, I was. Okay, cool. So I'm a Genshin fan. Yeah. And I gotta say, you were very stinky. I have motion sickness. Okay, what do we got here?
Look at it sparkle.
Yo! Barbara, what do you think of that? Oh my god, look at the bridge up as well! If there's one thing I love more than anything, it's a causeway. I love a good causeway. Let's get this waypoint up here too. Sorry, Barbara, I'm making you climb like this. Pop star climbing up here. If Barbara was a pop star in modern times, none of your favorite pop stars would even have a job. Just saying. My ones would, though.
That's close enough.
Pink Panthers would have a job. Xiao is so good. Xiao is so freaking good. And like I feel like Xiao was very good for me as well as someone who was like beginning out, as like someone who like was a newbie to the games, like didn't really understand like all the game's mechanics. The fact that like you can just basically pogo for a while and do some crazy damage was like a godsend for someone like me who just like didn't really understand the mechanics altogether. godsend. You can kind of see where the land is changing there as well. Oh my god, look how big it is. You know what it's like? It reminds me of and if I'm looking at the map correctly, that could be it. It looks like one of those like, not port towns. They're like towns that are like, what do they call them in Dragon's Dogma? Because they're real things, but like I'm trying to think because Dragon's Dogma was probably like one of the only medieval games I play nowadays. But it's like, they're like travel towns, like the town that you come to in between, like the town you go to that's in between the other town, if that makes sense. Like it's the town that you stop off in before, like, and stock up again before you travel again. Does that make sense? I don't know what you call it though. You guys probably will like give me a little correctamundo there, or a little help there. Everywhere you climb up, you're like, the reward itself sometimes. That's why I'm always like, why is Genshin giving me a reward? It's like why are you giving me a chest? The reward is here. Look at the smoke as well, like the fog. Or I guess it might be like even sand, like dust storms. What is it? No, that's withering. Is that withering over there? It's brighter than the usual withering. Let's go get that withering as soon as possible. Wait, is there something above us? Ah! Doesn't seem to me. Maybe it's under? And I have... Oh god, okay, we gotta stop singing. It's making me very happy to listen to Phoebe Bridgers, but... I didn't see this as withering. I thought, like, from the distance it looked like it was part of the desert, like sand or something. But it looks like it is withering. Is it? No. Is it? It is. Okay. This guy playing with his swords over there. If I do this, then I can do this. If I do this, I can do this. I swear I'm good at the swords. Give it up, Tony. You're not good with the swords. I am good with the swords. Okay, I do this, I do this. If I do that, then I can be good with the swords. Tony, give it up. You're not good with the swords. I am good with the swords. Tony, we're hiring someone else to be the sword master. Tony, we decided to hire someone else to be the sword master. Who you hiring to be the sword master? Marcus. Marcus? No way you're hiring Marcus to be the swordman. Look at this formation here. And the distance, it looks like shadows almost. Like just shadowy figures, but they're actually like landscapes. Okay, guys, who wants it? Who wants it? Oh my god!
Ready?
Everyone gather around. Because I have to give you something.
Gears of the storm.
Evil conquering. Here. Worthless.
Holy hell. We're trying our best here, for sure.
Worthless. Boring. Lament.
These wolves are crazy because they also cause bleed damage.
Here. Worthless. Here.
This is actually pretty good for us because what it's doing is like giving us like a little bit of a...
Boring. Good.
There we go. It's giving us like a what you call that, like when you like a stun lock effect. I love this. This is my favorite thing. Never gets old. Never gets old.
Why would anyone want... Forget it.
Forget it.
It's not my concern.
Boring. Midnight Phantasmagoria.
I think maybe we should like also gather you here, Tony.
Go to work.
Let the show begin.
Let's end this now.
The healing is good, but it's slow, so I wonder we're gonna have to put maybe like healing effects to make his healing even the healing even better from Barbara. Oh god. Okay. Let's go over here.
Lamb to the slaughter.
Like a lamb to the slaughter. One second, guys.
Conquering. Worthless. Here. Here. Worthless. Boring. Useless. Here.
Look at that. Look at that attack. Look at that attack. Fisher could carry a team on it by herself, you know? Greatest character according to NASA, if you remember correctly.
As you wish, main Fräulein. Boring. Disappear. Testing my patience. Here. Worthless. We'll meet again.
No, we won't. I'm actually very interested in the idea of like maybe there's more lore on why they turn to sand as well. That might be pretty cool to find out. Man, find these guys on edges like this because they will bounce up and bounce down the edges, especially as we're playing with Xiao. They will bounce up and down all around the place.
Why would anyone want...
Forget it.
Forget it. It's not my concern.
Oh, we're visiting the guy. He loves the Genshin. I do, Sealy. Thank you. Can you get me some stuff? I could. Yeah, follow me. Okay, it's gonna be so cool. I'm going. No, I'm up here. It's just a joke. Just a little prank. I've been watching like old episodes of Ashton Kutcher's Punk'd. Oh, really? Yeah, it's pretty good. I was like, I was really into it for a while. Okay. And what do you like about Punk'd? Oh, I love when the celebrities, they be crying and stuff. Okay. Where'd you go? You just got punked. Where'd you go? You're getting punked right now. Sealy? Yo, I'm over here. Look, see, it was a joke. It was a joke. That's not a funny joke, you know. I got stuff to do sometimes. Oh, like what? Play Genshin? Look here. No, you said you have stuff to do. You playing Genshin? Gorgeous location. Look at this as well. Because now when you see it without the shadows, it looks like you look at that big towering building over there in the distance too.
Look at it sparkle.
We're so lucky. We're so lucky.
That's close enough.
It is close enough. Bro, I don't got time for you. Imagine you just see Barbara flying away from you. What do you do? Holy hell. And like again, like I said, like, oh, we should get that picture before we do anything. The causeway is something that's so nice. I don't know if that's what you call it in every single like culture or whatever. But it looks so nice here. Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, hello.
Ready, steady, go.
Ready, steady, Barbara.
Let's dance. Dare to mess with me?
That's such a cool move. Look at that. That's so cool. That's like so OP. Look at this. That's so cool. I love that.
Dare to mess with me?
That's so neat. It's so like just stun locking them like that. I know we're not gonna be able to do that to every single enemy. Like, you know, you're not gonna stun like a room guard like that, but still.
Worthless.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Can we do it to you? Ah. Our defense is not too bad. Oh, because we can't do it to you. Okay.
Patience. Gotcha.
Useless. Truth repeats its course.
Disappear. Here. Worthless.
Nice.
Again.
Here you go. Thank you, Madame Farazan.
Thank you, Madame Farazan. Yeah, look, walking up this chasm, this causeway here, with like it's such a different, like you never see this in this game, like this type of color on the rocks at the very least. Oh, my heart. Look at this. It's so pretty.
Because things are so, ergo they are such.
What's up here? So it's very similar into like the places you see in the other place, but like it's like more, it's like more compact maybe. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's deadly.
We finally made it to Caravan Ribat. It's pretty lively.
It is. Look at that.
So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel.
Whoa.
It's made to block sandstorms from the outside.
That's so cool.
Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Ruka.
Right, but like that's so cool. Like it's like the idea of like this mythical wall that like no one knows truly who made it. It's truly awe-inspiring. So cool. Wait, footsteps?
Enough God.
I'll hate them.
Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Where did he come from?
Over here.
I'm glad to see him. Wait, we're running. Okay. I'll hate them.
Hatham went that way. Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
Farzan's clearly faster than I'll hate them. What? Like he just showed up. He did just show up out of nowhere. The music is fantastic. Holy hell! Shots here are incredible.
What the?
Wait.
Where did he
Oh,
go?
so he was getting chased by someone. Yeah, this song is incredible.
How did we lose them? They were just here a second ago.
More Aramite mercenaries?
Look at these
What are
shots.
they working for this time? Anyway, traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
Holy hell. This has to be like a top 3 favorite Genshin songs ever. Listen to that.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you
Oh,
a
right, so
long
they're
time
trailing us
ago.
now. I'll hate them, yeah. We couldn't have shaken them without you. Thank you. Glad to see you
There's no
look
need
awesome.
to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors.
Yeah, again, this is why I love him. He just doesn't care. He's just like, he's not one of those, again, that's what makes him so different. He's just a character who's just like, okay, yeah, whatever. Look, I helped you out.
All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the
Very
academia.
cool. Very cool.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back
Oh,
on your
Paimon,
orders.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it.
And we'll do it again. We'll do it again.
However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored
Yeah, that's what I'm
guests by
thinking.
now?
That's what I'm thinking for sure.
Oh, right. You do have a point.
Yeah. Did you participate in the Sage's big project?
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer.
So you were actually looking for me. This is good. If he's looking for you, that means he has some investment with you. That means he can help.
Not quite.
Oh, okay.
To tell you the truth, I'm
I was
still
looking for you.
investigating the divine knowledge capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the divine knowledge capsule right in front of you, and upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Maybe. It must be because I was so shocked to hear those words again. World, forget me. Yes, exactly.
Alhaitham, You really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
The situation is a little complicated.
So that's your
It's
answer.
beautiful.
Well, I do work
Fair,
for the
yeah, very fair.
academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards
And he's
close
told
to
us
your
about this
chest.
before, man. He's like, you know, like he stopped us from getting swindled once before as well. So even him, he's kind of like, hey, don't get swindled by me either.
But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the divine knowledge capsule. Am I right?
You may be right or you may be wrong. Who knows?
No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right. We have the same plan as you. But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aaru Village.
Okay.
It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll
Oh
probably
my God,
have
the
more
desert.
resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you...
It's always better to travel with someone you know.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Again, I'm so bad with that sometimes. No! Oh, that was the last line. That was the last line. Okay. Oh, but okay. That was the last line. And he was like, hey, would you like to head there together? Yeah, apologies, guys. Again, it's like a trigger-happy thing. I'm so used to pressing it, like especially with playing like Ace Attorney games and stuff like that. Like, it happens. But yeah, thank God we have the auto. That time we couldn't use the reviews point because I went too far and pressed auto by accident. Big mishap. It's okay. But yeah, he's like, hey, would you like to head there together? And we were like, hey, yeah. You know, you can, we could definitely go. Which I actually think is very sweet. Is very sweet. Man, this is so cool. He saved us again. Oh, the sand. Oh, look at the footprints. And they trail. Wait, if you run, they trail. Look at this. Let's write our name. Let's draw a picture. Okay. Huh? That's a oatmeal. Oh my God, I want to see this town a little bit though before we go, right? It would be nice. Oh my God, it is. So it is like a walled town that like separates one area from another. And it's like maybe a place you can get some supplies before you like leave to the next area. But this is mad. We're going into the desert. We're going to the desert. And remember what you guys said, Calvin, you're never going to get to the desert. You are a failure. Just like when you guys said locking the heat up, and I was like, that's so cruel. Nobody said that about the failure thing. But now locking the heat up. Oh, look at this. I've seen these before. I don't know what they're like. Actually, maybe he can like, maybe she can actually talk to us about, or if she can't. Oh, maybe she can. My shopping went pretty well this time. I almost bought everything I need. What are you buying? Nothing special, just some daily necessities. I live in our village and near the desert. It would have been sufficient to supply of underground water, but supplies are not that sufficient. So I regularly travel to Caravan Ribat to purchase daily necessities. This place is the closest to the desert and packed with merchants, so it's convenient to buy just about anything here. About our village. If you head towards the western desert from the Caravan River, you should pass by our village, if you don't stray too far from the path. Life there is simple and bound by some traditional rules and regulations, but I'm really fond of unique comforts in a small village. Oh, it's still auto. Everyone in the village is very friendly. If it doesn't matter if you lost an adventurer or an exiled researcher, we're willing to take you in all the same. Of course, you must have no malice towards the village, otherwise people prepare to face the wrath of Candace. But this is so cool. It is like a stoppage town. Is there like a little inn over here? No, it's just like the Gilded Journey. So it is kind of like an inn, but like maybe like a different thing. Like, can you a place to rest? What is this place? This is the Gilded Journey, and I'm the owner of this. Oh, it's a hotel. Don't worry, I won't demand exorbitant price just because I own the hotel in Caravan Ribat. So please rest at ease. Of course, you can also rent a room from a local or a traveling researcher around here. But because this place is pit stop, the people that come here, it's a mixed bag. So keep your eyes wide open when you're selecting a place to stay. Thank you for your the kind reminder. Think nothing of it. Traveling is physically demanding. The most important thing is to have your trips adequate food and safe shelter. And these are the least we can do for our guests. Appreciate it. With some biryani? Biryani? Very appreciated. Okay, so I usually like don't mind if we travel at nighttime. You guys know I don't mind, but this time we're gonna go in the daytime because I feel like deserts fully are what they are when you see them in the bright light. Look at that freaking waterfall area. We've been seeing that since like the start of the game though. You know what I mean? I feel like the desert is truly what it is when the sun is at its brightest. And I feel like it makes sense to enter the desert like that. Oh, we can get some mail. Oh, we got some eggs. Like, look at this even here, how different this feels now in the daylight. Like, the sand feels different, even. I'm excited for this, man. I'm super excited for this. Look at the sand rolling in. Oh, man, we're about to pass it. What are you? Oh my god. The music. There's some enemies around here too. Oh, this is really... They make the ambience of this place is fantastic. They did such a good job with this. Oh my god, it's you guys. My mortal enemies. Mushramios.
We'll see about that.
That attack is so, like, OP and just like on smaller enemies. I actually genuinely believe that it should not be allowed. So I actually am campaigning to patch the game.
Useless.
You know, just a little patch, that's all it takes. Man, you can barely see, like, you can feel the heat off this place. You can feel, like, the sand. So the mission itself, the actual Archon quest we're doing, is this is it, and that's where we're heading. Okay.
Here.
Huh. So we can clearly see there's a place you can activate this thing, right? Which is over. Wait, I thought that. Oh no, it's the exact same place. Yeah, it's the exact same place of where the actual thing was. But look at this. Hello.
Like lamb to the slaughter.
Go, Barbara. Let the show begin.
As you wish, mein Fräulein.
Have fun with this gift.
Have fun with this gift. She said it, not me.
Worthless.
Useless.
Worthless.
Such a powerful move. Look at that. Like, and the thing is, we already were very good against normal enemies, but I feel like we're ripping through them now. Like, it's ripcord nature now, you know? We're just, like, slicing through them like some hot butter. Hello. Excuse me, can I have some directions, please? I'm looking for the...
Another test subject.
Oh. Glad I asked. Glad I asked.
Get out of my...
Oh, we can heal a shout.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Jesus.
Give me a sense of respect.
Stop it for 2 seconds.
Too late for regrets.
Now what's happened? You guys are about to feel the stun lock.
Truth repeats its course.
And she's not even like fully upgraded. Well, not even nearly fully upgraded. And she's already doing this. Her talents aren't even that upgraded.
The wrong test subject. The wrong test
Well, she is a
subject.
C6 though, in fairness. I think she's like my only C6 in the whole game.
There's quality here.
I can't get over how cool the desert looks. Look at this, like again, everything, like it feels very like if not smothering is not the word, because I feel like a desert shouldn't always feel smothering, but what it feels like, we're just like beating this guy into the, oh yeah, we can't use that. What it feels like to me is like
We'll see about that.
like you can feel like the sand, you can feel the heat, you can feel like the pressure. You can feel like this area that like maybe we shouldn't go too deep into. Look at this is like Guys, look away. Look away. This is not nice. We just beat this poor thing into a tree. This is help! The scorpions? So we're looking for Aaru Town, which we can see in this direction where it is. And like then when you look beyond us here, there's like a again it feels a bit oppressive when it gets a little bit later in the day. Is Aaru Town like it's under like whoa. It's under like a rock formation. This is the best. It's so cool.
Before us lies Aaru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Right.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place. Let's go check it out.
Sure. Oh, someone watching us? Or is this just a really cool shot? Sometimes you just do cool shots. Beautiful cutscene. Holy hell. Wait. This place is beautiful. What is... It's, CYNO! It's CYNO! Oh my god, he attacks us first thing! Oh my god, what a design. First thing attacks us? Jeez, look at the movement! Holy hell, you just bounce right back. Oh my god, to like toe-to-toe with Alhaitham? Oh my god, he's on the wall! We know Calais! CYNO, sorry, I said CYNO. Oh, what a cool design!
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me
What the
as
hell?
to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Dude, you just got like freaking destroyed. Like, not to know, it was pretty equal, but I'm saying like, first thing he does is attack us is incredible. And that move, like the bounce off the walls, like the movement in this game is, the choreography is incredible. Holy hell. And we know, of course, CYNO from the manga helped out Calais, got her to this area she's in now. So we do like him.
Oh, Hatham.
Oh, it's such a cool
Do
design.
not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
The hair is awesome. The hair is so awesome.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
I think it's so neat. Like how to introduce a character like that we've known exists. We've seen him in like the quest section. We've seen him in the manga. And the first thing he does is something I didn't expect at all.
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop
Oh dear
me.
lord, look at the outfit in the back, it's so cool.
Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for
Standard
the mantra,
practice.
as well.
Look at this outfit as well, like the colors and everything. I think this is a top tier design.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
A little cough?
Alhaitham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra CYNO, head of all the Matra at the Academia.
Oh my god.
He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic
So
crimes.
he's like a war dog almost for like the Academia.
You seem to
Academia.
have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking an attack for
That's
him.
true, that's true. So he sees that and he's like, hey, look, I saw you like put your life on the line for this dude.
If I were you,
Because he wasn't aiming for us.
I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth.
CYNO, believe it or not, Alhaitham said a similar thing to us. He said, don't trust me completely, so...
I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Here's the thing. Whatever you guys have going on, I'm sure it's very serious. But I'm going to say I don't mean to stand by and do nothing, because regardless of anything, Al-Haytham has sent us on a path that has got us closer to where we need to be. So I'm going to be like, look, I'm not going to stand by and do nothing.
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong? Hyman doesn't think he's
Yeah, we have to know what he did. We have to know what he did.
I won't waste my breath explaining.
Look at this shot with the bridge in the background.
Haytham. I saw it during our fight. Take it out.
The
divine
thing you
knowledge
stole,
capsule
yes.
You're hiding on your
We
person.
remember this.
Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
This is so cool. This is so cool. I like, I don't know. I feel like the music is fantastic here as well, but like I feel like this introduction was really, really good.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Oh,
And we didn't know about this either. We knew about it, but
the
our
divine
characters
knowledge
didn't.
capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
So you did lie to us. I mean, he told us several times to not trust him completely.
No wonder you speak with such confidence, CYNO. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
Is it a mission from the sages? S tier design here.
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
The hair is incredible.
You two? Ugh. What you would do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Yeah, it is pretty tough. Well, we can trust each other, and that's good.
Well, look at
Dia.
you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Okay, this is the Diha, the diffuser of tension.
Wait, Dia?
Are you okay?
Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord
This is
your
so
empty
cool.
ghouls
The fact that
and
like literally
curfews
Dia
over
is
each other.
standing like not literally in between them, but like in the middle of them, as they are like and then like coming out from a different perspective. Oh, the shorts are really neat too. CYNO.
But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of
That's
Aaru
true.
Village?
This is a safe place.
It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Oh my! Look at this! Look what's happening here. Look at these three characters. This is like the irresistible force meeting the movable object, meeting the most powerful object in the world that wears the tightest shirt you've ever seen. This is like so cool to have the three of them here like this. Oh, can I grunt too? Neither of them can afford to be distracted by Dia. They're still looking out for an opportunity. Yeah, they are definitely. You can tell that's why they haven't kept their eyes off each other.
I just said.
Oh, bit of wind.
Ooh, what's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away.
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
Who's this? Who is this?
Someone's calling for us. Oh, this wind is too strong. Let's
Yeah, 100%. We're not used to this
That
either.
sounded like Candace.
Candace?
Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you academia folks such hard work?
Man,
Move
look at
it.
them. They're not keeping their eyes off each other.
All right,
Yeah.
stop yelling.
This is awesome. This is so cool. And look, he's not even standing with, he's not even sitting with them. Of course, I'll hate them as the one to sit down. You're so cool. Hi. Like I love the freaking, again, like I said, the hair mixed with the color of the eyes. The color scheme is freaking awesome as well. Like it's all great. It's all great. Staring a hole into the back of its head.
Well, this is pretty
Paimon, you can cut the
awkward.
tension with a knife.
Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun.
Paimon's very funny.
The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly
That's
keep
the word I was
going
looking for.
anymore.
Paimon, thank you. Heavy. The area feels heavy.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief.
I've
I will
never
have to
seen this
ask you
character
to make do
before.
with this small room until the sandstorm dies down.
That's fine, but like I've never seen you before.
Please, let me introduce myself. I
The
am
different colored
Candace,
eyes.
protector of Aaru village.
Yeah, I've never. Wait, she has the It's like the Millennium Eye from Yu-Gi-Oh on her head. The the Egyptian the Millennium items that they found in Egypt. I know that's not what it is, but it just reminds me of that, you know?
Our savior has come at last. Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
You have our gratitude. I think things were I think if you didn't come along and if D didn't come along, someone was dying today.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
That's sweet. Oh, you have really cool hair. Look at the little the side tails.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
Yeah, like it's definitely a different vibe. But then again, like if she is the protector of our village, which is supposed to be a safe haven.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return
Look
to
at
the
this,
topic at
CYNO.
hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village
Oh
itself,
my god.
it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us.
She said this, and this is why this game is so well directed. She said this as she walked in between CYNO and Alhaitham. And by the way, Alhaitham may have his back turned to CYNO. You can see here he's still like keeping an eye on his presence.
So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another and put your hostile feelings to rest.
How can you do that with that cool of hair? What do you expect him to do? Like if he has that cool of hair, he has to judge other people with less cool hair.
If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged.
Yeah, I suppose you have to be forceful as well, don't you?
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia.
Yeah. Poor Dia.
Do I make myself
Dia was
clear?
keeping the peace, in fairness.
All right, we got it, Candace.
But I guess they are like Dia is a fighter as well.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably
We're actually gonna get like a mediation between these two.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I mean, I guess she didn't diffuse it until Candace. It was the storm that diffused it. In fairness.
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself.
Okay, good point.
While Alhaitham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission.
Okay.
Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
From the academia?
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress.
Right. Okay. So like, he's learning that there's like a little bit like something going on here with their projects.
As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself.
Imagine being this cool. Like, I don't think it's very fair. But yeah, the fact that it's the sage himself, like that's like finding out that the president did something wrong and you're the person that's supposed to be like working with the president to find out all these like bad things that are happening. and you find out it's the actual president themselves.
I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed
Jesus,
from
yeah.
me.
That's how it goes, you just, yeah, that's how it starts.
I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
Oh my god, that would boil my blood if I was him. Because it's like, you gave me this job for, like, to have this responsibility, and now, like, now that I'm actually using the responsibility, you're telling me I can't use it. That means it's only a half-righteous responsibility. I can't get over how good this character looks. It's such a great design. Like the skin tone as well, like the colors of the outfit, the hair color, the eye color, everything. It's like near perfect.
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today.
So you decided to exile yourself?
I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages
There we go,
had
yeah.
a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
But that's actually like a good idea. If they were suspicious of him from the start, that means that, like, they have no problem, like, you know, they'd be prepared to eventually get rid of him. Like, if they were wary of him from the start, that they knew he was maybe too good, that they are obviously prepared to get rid of him.
CYNO seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating
Heck
the
yeah,
sages.
good point, Paiman, good point.
Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
These are some good points here. I think it's too early to trust anyone. Like Alhaitham said, you know, you shouldn't put your trust in people so willy-nilly.
Well, CYNO, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham
Oh my god,
and
right
the
behind
sage.
him. Right behind him.
The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler.
Oh
dispute
my
this, Alhaitham?
god, Alhaitham.
What?
Oh no.
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the divine knowledge capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
CYNO's got a point. CYNO's got more than a point.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the traveler.
Alhaitham?
Paiman's so upset. She's disappointed.
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
I'm sorry for continuing to call out how good these shots are, but like the fact is, CYNO is over here under his hair, still keeping an eye on him. Look at him, like keeping an eye on him from under his hair. Alhaitham, right, is staying like perfectly still. He's not showing like this emotion or shaking around the place or being like, I swear I didn't do this, because he's also keeping an eye on CYNO. Like, this is so cool.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge
that's when he got it.
indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know.
Yep, and then he got it, so there's no need for to like actually end us then, or to get information on us.
From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward?
True, that's something that they hold dear, isn't it?
So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
And that would be the easiest way to do it without anyone questioning anything. Do you join forces with me just so you can investigate me? What about your encounter with me? Yeah.
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything.
Here's the thing. Like, I think I do believe him as Calvin, also known as Romer. And this is my first ever playthrough. No, I do believe him 100%, right? And I think that he is kind of like telling somewhat of the truth. I think there's maybe some white lies anywhere. But I think also Alhaitham wouldn't want us to fully trust him on this right away.
So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Oh my god.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
True, he did leave us. He did. He's right.
That's true.
He was just like, hey, you don't.
Alhaitham helped
Yep.
us out at Caravan Ribat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I think that there is two pieces of evidence that are in his favor.
I'm willing to apologize if that's worth anything to you.
You apologize? You?
I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied.
Okay.
After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
Sometimes literally.
You should be well aware, Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project?
And of course, CYNO wants to know about this too. Man, I need CYNO on my team. This is such a cool design.
Have I not made myself
Look at this
clear?
shot.
You and I are both distrusted by the Academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
I know, like, I know I'm like a broken record, but even like, you know, the separation between the two of them here, showing them both in two frames of like the banister. I love this standoff that they're having as well between the two of them, where it's like they both like are like distrusting of each other, but like they might have the same goal in the end.
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
It's a perfect design.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Yes, Dia. What do you think?
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aaru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here.
Okay.
But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Isn't that what's so cool about that fight now? It was two people who pretty much now have a similar viewpoint of the Academia fighting over something that they believe, like, again, it was like, Alhaitham's thinking that he's getting killed by the Academia right now, and then CYNO thinks that he's working too much with the Academia, and that's why he's trying to beat him. Like such a cool misunderstanding.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
A growl?
Whoa! What was that sound?
Yeah, what the hell's that?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you
Yeah, we
sure
could help.
don't
We
want
could
to
help.
back up?
Sure.
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
I mean, we could try.
Yeah, Just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
After a while, the winds outside begin to calm.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right?
Oh, CYNO gets to sit down now. Your turn.
Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
Can we mention that we know Calais as well? I really want to like mention Calais.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
I love that there's still this tension between them. CYNO as a guest now. Okay, look at this place. It's actually gorgeous. Like, look at the actual like not just the architecture, but the colors on the wall. This is a super super neat design. Man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that CYNO has just been like such an incredible time. We ran up the wall there as usual. Our favorite thing to do in these games. Oh, let's activate this. Was there a sea level recalculus here? Holy hell. And at nighttime, this place is like really, really pretty too. I can imagine standing out here at nighttime if there's not a sandstorm, I suppose. It's probably all the way up on top there. We have to head over here anyway, because we want to activate the statue as well. So again, when it comes to the world quests, like there's a world quest here, obviously we can get that done as well. I have no problem doing that. Because I think there are like, some people said there were some world quests in the desert that people said are pretty good. So I would like to do some of them here as well. We'll see how it goes.
Is King Deshret really gonna come back?
Let's talk. Oh, this is an interesting conversation. Grandma, let me ask you a question. I was thinking about this one, but we still don't get it. Of course you can, dear. Grandma, is King Deshret really coming back from the dead? Grandma? Those fanatic believers kept their spare children. Sire, please listen well. Though the gods are indeed very powerful, even they can disappear. Being obsessed with things that have disappeared is madness. It is no way to live. For these children the chance to learn a little more, that they wouldn't easily fall for such lies. Child, I know there's a lot to ask, but please study hard. You should learn things or two from Citaria. I understand. So, to me, this is like a really like cool piece of dialogue, just like having characters be like, look, these people, these fanatics are even getting to children at this stage. Oh, there's still some beasts out here. So there are people, even older people in the desert that don't believe this.
Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Her stamina is something else.
Here comes another
Well, we can help. We can help.
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the flame mane in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Let's go. Let us go.
Let's dance. Years of the storm.
Evil conquering, worthless.
It's a pity we can't. I'm sure at some point they will give us like a little test run of CYNO. I'm sure it'll happen at some point.
Here.
Here comes another wave. When are they ever gonna let up?
I do love, like, I think a lot more as well as the story's gone on. They've added like dialogue into fights as well for Paimon, where like she's like, you know, kind of concerned for us. We can definitely heal Farazan, which I think is like a really cool touch.
Have fun with this gift.
Lament. Here.
You know?
The creatures stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
Tag yourself, guys. Look at this crew.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Sorry, what's happening behind you? Sorry, that's just my Farazan thing. You know Farazan? Shush.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Who's this?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aaru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
So it's connected. It's connected.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aaru village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aaru village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest.
Okay. So is it again the loss of sanity, the loss of memory?
The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Hypatia
was also exiled to the desert.
It's all a boatload of nonsense.
I know, I totally agree with you. I think this is horrible, though.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
That seems, to me, it just seems very disgusting, like sending them out there like that, you know?
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
Yeah, and I love that they're showing he's a good dude here. We kind of knew he was, like, you know, especially since he like went against academia as well.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
See, that's a good point. I'm super interested in what CYNO's going to say about this, because I do think that there is that kind of aspect of like, if I was responsible, if I was a part of something that was like known to be bad this whole time, and in fairness, Al-Haytham was a part of the bad aspects of the academia too. I'm wondering, like, how you would feel, how you would reconcile that in your heart.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh. Line of the century right here. Yeah, like to me it's like, I guess, like he saw it as like his job was like, I was eliminating actual guilty people. Like I wasn't part of the actual part where I was eliminating yeah, so like I guess like he's seen the error of the academia, and he didn't say. He's exiled himself.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Me put up my hand. Yeah, me too. I'll help.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound.
Heck yeah, I agree.
But, is it really a good idea to tag along with CYNO? You seem like you really don't trust him.
Yeah, honestly, can I be honest with you? Like, I can't always tell in video games. I'm not always like the best like judge of character constantly, right? But what I can say is that, like, the vibe and energy I get off from CYNO is someone who is not afraid to carry out a job that's a little bit dark, but is someone who we can actually trust to do the right thing in the end.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates.
Hear that, Paimon? I'm a subordinate.
Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so
This
far.
is sick. This journey to the desert has been so sick so far. What a line. Do we have enough to level up these statues, by the way? Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, are we close to getting the stuff we need for the artifacts for Scaramouche? There's our first level up. I wonder. We can check it. We got a key as well. Okay, let's check with this. I don't know what to say. Like this whole sequence from the start of the fight to the tension-filled scene in the tavern to even now. It's just like such an incredible time here already. But then and again, like I'm not saying like as always like people be like, well, Calvin, you think like a lot of the aspects of these games are definitely really cool, and yeah, that's because like they're freaking cool. Like this game keeps my interest so much constantly with all these stories. It's a game that's like tailor-made for me. I think someone mentioned it before. Like I think someone was like, "Is Calvin gonna get bored of Genshin?" And they're like, "He played Final Fantasy X and JRPGs and the Tale series his whole life. These games are made for someone like me, just like they are made for you. This is the type of stuff I love, the type of storytelling I love. What am I looking for here? Sorry, artifacts, isn't it? Oh, sure, I wouldn't know what his artifacts are. Yeah. Oh wait, no, they'd have the training guide, right? Yeah, let's check in the training guide. More characters. Let's go to Scaramouche and let's go to artifacts. So this is the recommended artifacts and it's over here. Oh my god, it's very close actually. In the Eye of the Sands. But I'm imagining that a story will take us here. Right? So that's where we have to go for this stuff. So that's the recommended. There's also this. Oh, we could get this too. Oh, we could get this right now. But I'm guessing the other one's better. I'm guessing the other one is better. That's why they're recommending to me. In terms of weapons, the rarity is what people have been saying is probably like the best thing to get. Yeah, or the best thing we have. Yeah. And like it's a powerful weapon that we haven't gone to use. We have a few of them as well. We could also upgrade it too. Well, we have one of them on Nahida as well, so. Blessed, absolutely blessed. Where would I be without Genshin Impact? Where would I be without Genshin Impact? Who knows? Oh, we're just hanging out with CYNO now, not even Al-Haytham or anyone here.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before.
Okay.
Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
What products you use in your hair? What's your ab workout? Because Jesus Christ, like, I couldn't even do that even if I was, like, working in the desert all the time. Is it genetics? Why do they refer to the mad scholars as village keepers?
One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aaru village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down.
Okay, so like it is like a rest stop for them then.
Initially, the people of Aaru village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that.
What's the strange incident?
Aaru village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aaru village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
The soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aaru village?
Yeah.
What do you make of it, Traveler?
Nahida, once again, her imprints are all over this place.
Paimon thinks so too. Actually, CYNO, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aaru village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they
That's so
calmed down.
cool.
It was probably Nahida who calmed them.
Her fingerprints are all over the place.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do.
The shine on the helmet. Is it a helmet? Or is it like just a hat of some kind? You guys can let me know. You guys are always much more knowledgeable than I am.
So, what do you make of the story?
The mad scholar's power likely came from Lesser Kusanali. Lesser Kusanali actually wanted to protect the village.
Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning.
Yeah?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru?
So this is actually pretty interesting because, again, it is something that is kind of hidden by the academia.
The academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
He sounds to me, by the way, we're going to talk about this as well, but sorry for getting sidetracked here, but he sounds to me like, well, first, before we talk about this, like, again, another character who even, like, seems like he has, like, most of the things put together. He talks about how he didn't need to question the idea of the academia, and even to him, just like everyone else, like, not everyone else, some people did believe in Lesser Lord Kusanali. He was one of those people that's like, hey, like, it's like, she doesn't even have an imprint on me, but now he's seen that, like, no, the story could have been her. So she did have, like, a big impact on this world.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise.
Oh, Paimon.
Even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
Yeah, she also saved me not long ago.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Yeah, I don't think he sees us as liars. I think he's just trying, again, he says the reasoning.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth.
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali.
And this must be such a massive deal for him.
How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation.
You betcha. Oh, you betcha. Yeah, I think this is a really cool way of, like, talking to someone directly who didn't believe the Lesser Lord Kusanali could even have an impact on this world or even had an impact on this world anymore, and then to, like, how quickly they're kind of changing their tune because they've seen the secrets of the academia, or at least seen, like, the corruption that can be in the academia.
But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Possibly.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Is he gone?
Huh? Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this
Yeah,
village.
no, for sure.
My name is Isak.
Beautiful name.
You'll help me find my grandpa,
Isak, that's such a
right?
beautiful name.
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
Yeah, no, I understand. Again, it can be hard when it's your own family member. I don't think CYNO was aiming to be mean.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Okay.
Ah, so you're
But it
the
might not
one
be
who was
safe for it to bring a kid
eavesdropping
with us
on
like this.
around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill
Oh, kid, you're
intent.
lucky. You're lucky this guy has a good intuition.
Whoa. Hatham wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. CYNO, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry, I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
Yeah, look, we're kind of giving him the side-eye judge. What are you going to say about this? Please help him.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Really cool stuff. Like what a powerful way to introduce a character in this game. Like a really, really powerful way to introduce a character in this game. I think I'm thoroughly impressed. I think like one of the reasons why like oh Jesus, why like it feels so special whenever they introduce characters in this game is because, like I said, all the characters like feel different. They don't feel like they're reruns of an old character. It's not like, oh, this character is this, just this. CYNO is a character here that the first time they were introduced, there was a fearful, look at that color over there as well, the blue sky over the desert. There was a fearfulness to us about them. And then, oh, we can probably use, yeah. Yeah, there was a fearfulness about it to them. You know, we were kind of like afraid of what they were going to do. They did some amazing moves.
Here.
Like, pairing them up with Hatham, like two people that like worked with the academia but now believe that there's something going on wrong with the academia. That's so cool. That at the same time they both believe that they were like fighting against each other. Like each of them were fighting against each other for the academia. But also just introducing the character, having him like, you know, having people say who he is and then having him be that thing in motion, right? He has good senses, showing that he would have killed that kid if he wasn't a kid. You know, he's like, I wouldn't do anything because I knew you weren't that dangerous. To me, that's like a really cool aspect of the way they're selling this character. Great design as well. Just an absolutely great design. So what's the next part? It's like talking to Candace is the next part. This is a beautiful village as well. The music is absolutely fantastic also. Absolutely stunning stuff. It really is. Look at this as well. Like again, we talked about heavy, and that's what Paimon said as well. Like the heaviness of this. Oh, the heaviness of this area, and in that's an intentional design choice. Look at that. Look in the circle as well in the oval. But yeah, there is like a heaviness of place. But like when there's like a little bit of shade, it's like the nicest place you could be in. It's so freaking nice. So beautiful. Hey, Candace. You approach the village chief, asks, CYNO asks, okay.
CYNO is super vigilant. Is this
Yeah, they're selling that really well. They're selling it super well.
Ah, you're back already.
Candace, we need your help.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still
Oh, so you noticed
him
too.
eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive.
That's so sweet.
Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather. And thus
Oh
often
my god, are
spied
you
on the man.
serious?
However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him.
Right.
One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell
No
asleep.
wonder he's like so attached to this man now. And he obviously probably has like a very like inquisitive mind, and like is probably able to adapt to situations a lot easier because he's been like with so many people as family members or
The next
surrogate family
morning,
members.
Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you
This is
somewhere
so sweet.
fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
Like it's sad, but it's sweet, you know?
All this somehow just makes Paimon
Yeah.
feel really sad. It seems like they both
That's a good
deserve
kid.
so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Lucid Grandpa was probably Nahida. Oh my god, I didn't even pick that up. This game is so good at that stuff. Of course she did that. If you look at Sina's face, he's probably connected dots as well.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate God watching over
It makes sense now, right?
Huh? What did you say, CYNO?
No, nothing. As long as Esau keeps his word and doesn't get in our
Okay.
way, we can take him along.
Is that a scar on his stomach as well, by the way? Or is it shadow?
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, CYNO.
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys.
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
This is, I have a feeling that this is going to be sad.
Really? Wow.
I have a feeling this is going to be
Thank you
super
so
sad.
much.
Your grandpa will be found safe and sound.
All right. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
That's fine. That's fine with me. Guys, that is Act 3 complete. Of, which I didn't expect it to be Act 3 complete, but it is Act 3 complete. Usually Act 3 is like the biggest moment, so that means there's even bigger moments coming up here as well. I'm so impressed with everything that was happening there. I think that's just, it's some great character introductions, a great time here to be in this village as well. The music is fantastic, the visuals are fantastic. I've had such a blast, And I thank you guys for always supporting the series and enjoying the series. I want to thank as well the Never Can Repeat the Baby Gangster on Patreon as Tyfire2, Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicitas Felix, Eskun, Ewald, Radish, Anusa, Shabotterbed, Malcolm Day, Death Trap, and Lynx Markey. And, guys, we're not done. This is the second last video of the week. I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more Genshin. And let's do the thing. Who wants to do the thing? Farzan, do you want to do the thing? Perfect.